Knock knock.
Who's there?
Sam and Janet.
Sam and Janet who?
Sam and Janet evening.
A musical talk mini from the Barbican Theatre reviewing South Pacific. When you first mentioned that joke, I thought it'd be knock knock.
What?
When you first mentioned Bally
who?
Bally High.
Oh, right.
Any clue as to what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen?
Those were two big clues, I think, Nicholas.
The third one is South Pacific.
That's giving it away. I bet it would have been the Barbican.
To be Pacific.
To be very Pacific. You've never seen the show before, have you, Nick?
It hasn't. It did the National, didn't it? Trevor Nunn remounted it.
Yep.
And that's been it in my lifetime, I think.
And you've never seen the movie on a kind of a wet Sunday afternoon?
I have. Bored me to tears.
I have to say, I don't really like the film version. Mitzi Gaynor. It's a bit trippy. There's a lot of kind of weird kind of colour filter effects.
It's so colourful.
A little bit too colourful, but it's so long. It's so long, and it's just not as much fun, I think, as the real thing is.
We are here at the Barbican Theatre, seeing the Lincoln Center production of South Pacific, which won rave reviews over in New York.
And a very large number of Tonys. Was it about 7 Tonys?
I think so, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it opened in 2008. Is it still running? No. So it did what? It did about 2 years of business.
Don't know.
And it initially had Matthew Morrison in the cast. From Glee.
Who do we have tonight?
Who's Lieutenant Cable?
Who do we have tonight?
Well, I think the guy who was playing the older French character has come over, and I know he's sharing the role.
And of course we have someone from EastEnders.
Samantha Womack. Yes. Nee Janis, who I know her through Eurovision. She sang for Eurovision one year, and she was famously off-key.
Good, well that gives us good boding for tonight, doesn't it?
Oh, I think that's fine. I mean, I think that's probably a one-off rather than... You wouldn't send someone into a singing competition who consistently couldn't sing. That would just be silly.
Depends if it's Eurovision or not.
That's incredibly rude. But that was many moons ago. Yeah, I mean, so she is the familiar face as Nellie Forbush. Possibly, this is slightly mean, not a Nellie Forbush in the first flush of youth, I would say.
She looks very attractive from the pictures I've seen in her curvy underwear.
I always kind of think of Nellie kind of being a lot younger, though, maybe in her 20s.
Now, why do you think I'm excited about tonight? What's one of the big pluses about this production?
Would it be the orchestrations?
No, it's not the orchestrations, it's the orchestra. We have the full 25-piece orchestra. Now, in Lincoln Center, the lid of the orchestra pit came up. I doubt we're going to have that tonight, and they all had their tuxedos on, and it was very old-fashioned. But the Barbican's an interesting space because they have doors at the end of every aisle that close automatically when the show starts. Have you seen a show here before in the theatre?
The last musical I saw here was the big anniversary Les Mis, because this isn't really a venue hugely well known for musicals, is it, Nick?
It's one of those weird, it does everything sorts of venues: cinemas, art galleries, restaurants. There's a food hall down the road, down the concourse.
It's incredibly difficult to get here as well. It's so easy to get lost out there.
I had no problems. I just hopped straight on the Hammersmith and City line and I was here.
Every time.
It's hard to find the theatre once you're here.
Once you're in there, and it's on about 28 levels.
It's very orange. It's like it's owned by EasyJet.
It is, and there's no mobile signal inside for parts of the building. But, however, this is also the European premiere, and it's the kick-starting of a UK tour. So we'll have the dates and information about where else it's going up on the website.
Excited?
I am, Nick, because it's such a lovely score.
Some Enchanted Evening is one of the best.
Some Enchanted Evening, Bally High,
Happy
Low. Talk. And so many of those songs became standards.
I'm going to wash that day out of my hair, whatever it's called.
Wash the grey right out of my hair, I believe it's called. Although, oddly enough, there was one day when I was watching the Universal Bride of Frankenstein, and some of the score, Bride of Frankenstein, is a particular piece that is Bally High. You know, what was Bride of Frankenstein, 1930s, but that it does have the...
It's just an octave going down the semitone. It's a very sci-fi thing, actually. It's kind of...
Do you think?
It's very exotic and it's a beautiful song.
And Richard Rodgers famously kind of wrote it within about 5 minutes. He kind of came up with it just like that. But he always kind of defended the speed of writing by saying, well, you know, look, Oscar and I discussed it so far in advance about the type of song it was going to be, that when he actually presented me with the type of lyrics, I knew I was going for kind of an oriental sounding theme. So, don't criticise me. I do wonder whether he'd seen The Bride of Frankenstein. It's very odd. We're not accusing you of plagiarism from Beyond the Grave.
A lot of people are saying this production is not the production, but the story is incredibly dated now.
I mean, I've only seen an amateur production before, and I'm aware that there are kind of other film versions and TV movie versions that tinker about with elements of it. My impression of it, and I may be wrong, was that at the time it probably would have had a more, a contemporary feel, in kind of dealing with those issues of racial prejudice.
It's incredibly contemporary. It won a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, it did. Well, the short stories that it was based on also won a Pulitzer Prize. So I suppose it's difficult to know what an audience of the time of 1949 would have made of Nellie, how much you would have sympathised with her. Oh my goodness, I've got this older lover and he's got 2 mixed race children. Oh my goodness.
Very much like The King and I, though.
Well, culture clashes.
That's what. It's interesting how all the Hammerstein shows are about culture clashes.
Oddly enough, though, I mean, again, going back to the fact it's based on short stories, the show is kind of 2 short stories from a collection kind of melded together. So you've got the kind of slightly Madame Butterfly story of Lieutenant Cable as one part, and then you've got Nellie and that whole story. But actually they toned down, I believe, Nellie's side of things. So her lover's children in that are actually illegitimate, rather than him being a widower. He was kind of had 8 illegitimate children. Yeah, possibly with different women. I don't know. I haven't read the book. So they did kind of tone it down slightly.
South Pacific 2 will be coming out soon.
Do you think? There were rumours that they would make yet another film version.
They just filmed this production.
Well, I think was the Lincoln Center production. It was filmed, wasn't it? Broadcast on American TV. I think. I don't know if they will here. I mean, the main thing that I've read about this was that staging wise, don't expect whistles and bangs, because it's a very traditional type of staging, and nothing that you'll see staged, nothing they're going to do is kind of something that you couldn't have done 40 years ago.
I'm leaving.
But
Goodbye.
The lure of this production is the orchestra is one. It's a large cast. It's a cast of 40, and it's just seeing, well, how is it going to be? How are they doing it? What does the production feel like? What do they bring to it? How do they make it kind of modern and relevant, and enjoyable in that sense, and make it not feel like a period piece or feel, like an amateur dramatic piece?
We'll let you know for our thoughts after Act 1. Thank you, Andrew. I'm as corny as a Kansas City in Oklahoma with The King and I, and
the wind rushing down the plain.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Nicholas.
Act 1 of Bally High is over. We've grown a year older.
Are you inferring it's a very long act?
Very long act.
How long was it?
An hour and a half.
Was it?
Like Les Mis, which is the last thing we saw here.
Ooh. I thought it moved along quite speedily, though. It didn't feel like an hour and a half. No. With some things, you're kind of constantly clock watching. Going,
the set's
when's
changing.
The interval? I need an ice cream. I didn't feel that at all. Did you?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Good.
It's charming.
End of Act 1's a shocker, though, isn't it?
Dun dun dun. She turns into the baddie, or does she? Depends which decade you live in.
Yeah, because it's really difficult, because she has this kind of little temper tantrum. She meets Emile's. I remember the name now. Emile. Oh, dreadful! I'd completely forgotten. She meets Emile's kids and goes, "Oh, they're just the cutest things ever."
Are they the servants?
Yeah. Do they belong to the maid? Oh, they hardly look like you. And of course, no modern audience ever goes like, "Oh, what a dilemma for Nellie." Nobody does. Obviously, things wouldn't. It's not the same as
1949 or whatever it was. 47.
49. No, it's not the same. So it's really difficult. It's a really difficult piece in that sense.
But there's more humour than I thought there would be in it. Some quite rude stuff as well. Do you think that's in the direction, or do you think that's in the original thing?
It's quite saucy, isn't it? It gets a bit Miss Saigon on us.
Yes, he goes... Ballet High's a brothel, for those of you who don't know.
The island
with children
brothel.
being prostituted out. That's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yes, that whole scene is quite creepy where Bloody Mary kind of gives her
Bloody
daughter
Mary
over
is
to
formerly from Avenue Q.
When Bloody Mary comes on,
It was a pantomime.
she is very much like kind of...
Widow Twanky.
No, she's like Christmas Eve, but 30
laundry.
years on. She's brilliant because she goes from being very, very funny in that first scene, in the first scene she does, to when she's kind of dealing with Cable and her daughter, being incredibly kind of manipulative and quite creepy. And there's a nice effect where Cable and the girl in silhouette, kind of at the front of the stage, and then Bloody Mary is right at the back, kind of just overlooking, just watching over, kind of.
She is the old woman in the Rodgers and Hammerstein milieu, isn't she?
She is she is the closest thing we have to the wise old woman in the Rodgers and Hammerstein milieu.
And we're in the interval, and they're building the set now in front of us, which is something we never really get to see, is it? It's quite interesting.
No, they've not brought the curtain down, have they?
I quite like this design. It's sort of based around Venetian blinds, really, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Or Polynesian blinds, I guess, would be the more...
Bamboo. Wooden slats. Well, it's going to be united. I mean, do you want to talk about the set, Nick?
Yes. Well, we can see a frame made of Polynesian blinds and Bali High in the background, a sort of lovely...
The twin volcanoes.
And it disappears and it appears, which is quite nice, quite clever.
Yeah, they've got some very nice lighting effects, so it can kind of suggest mists or make the island completely disappear or become very prominent, depending on what they want to be doing
Still
with it.
quite old-fashioned, because you were saying earlier, there's no bells and whistles in this show. There's people still have to roll the scenery on.
Yeah.
The slats are coming down now, and we've got a show within a show coming up in Act 2, obviously.
Mm. And of course, this is one Rodgers and Hammerstein, no dream ballet.
No.
And quite light on
that
dance,
would add another 20
really.
minutes onto it, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, they didn't need it, I think. I think they took the view that they already had a good enough, story, a clear enough story as a basis. They didn't need to have that dance piece in this show.
What do you think of Samantha
Womack?
Yeah.
She's all right. She's not bad.
No.
I mean, she's not bad. I don't have a bad thing to say, but I'm not going like, oh my goodness, she's so amazingly wonderful. Whereas it's not the same like with Emile, like when the guy playing Emile comes on, he's great, he's just really kind of
Like Phantom.
He is. He's quite tall, quite broad, and very masculine, very authoritative, and it's a very clear sense of he cares desperately for this girl and he wants to look after her and somehow protect her. Whereas I don't know, maybe she's almost a bit too smart for Nellie in some senses. Like I like the idea that Nellie's probably a bit ditzy. She's not thick, but she's maybe not Brain of Britain either. Whereas this kind of Nellie just seems a little bit too clever.
We had her showering on stage, which is something you don't really get to see ever.
She does actually wash her hair on stage.
She washes the man right out of it.
She apparently broke her toe,
Did she?
Yes.
It's very foolish of her.
Well, there you go. I'm presuming she's doing it on painkillers.
The island has changed now behind us, so we'll watch Act 2 and let you know what we think. Act 2 of South Pacific is over. Flew by, didn't it, Andrew?
Went by very quickly, Nicholas.
I enjoyed it very much. Not much happened in the second act, did it?
Are you a convert now to Rodgers and Hammerstein?
I've always enjoyed Rodgers and Hammerstein. They just very rarely staged here. I saw The Sound of Music and I saw South Pacific. That's the only things I've seen the film of Oklahoma, the Trevor Nunn and Bill Brown production. Your views on South Pacific? Are you a convert? You're going to watch the film now?
I've never actually been to see a show.
Yes, actually, they filmed Mary Martin at Drury Lane. It's a really kind of crusty-looking recording in black and white.
The first bootleg ever.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they recorded it. It's obviously an official document of the show, you wouldn't have kind of. Then when I don't know when they taped it, 1951, something like that, 52.
Her scene is very Mary Martin, isn't it? When she does a little, is it honey bun, 101 pounds of fun, or whatever it was. I thought she was very weak in that. She wasn't giving any oomph at all.
She maybe kind of was a little bit.
Walking through the motions is the term.
Well, it maybe wasn't as energetic as it could have been, I think. Now, whether that's because. The cast are a real mixed bag. Now, obviously, you've got some cast members who've come across from the Lincoln production.
Like Bloody Mary being...
Yeah. And so you've got this mixture of some performances that are just jaw-droppingly wonderful. You know, because they know the piece inside and out. They've been with it such a long time. That's why they're so good, because they know their characters inside and out. And I suppose, in fairness, the UK cast, the people that are new, are still getting used to it. It's only been running a few days as we've seen it, I think. And I don't know whether...
It's our second show today as well.
Yeah, and so I think it's just a case of it maybe needs a little time to settle down, but it just... Yeah, I mean, there are some amazing performances in it, absolutely, and it's a great ensemble.
The standout song, I think, for everyone is This Nearly Was Mine. The big song in Act 2, which...
ending on a big note.
Yes,
very... A rapturous round of applause.
Yes, well deserved.
Well, absolutely well deserved.
What's your favourite song in it?
Well, in the score generally, or tonight as in performance?
If you have a favourite song in the score, did it live up to the performance tonight?
I like I'm in Love with a Wonderful Guy and I'm a Cockeyed Optimist, I think. But tonight, I mean, I'm going to with the popular choice, Nicholas. I'm going to go with Bally High. Bally High. I did have shivers down my spine listening to Bally High. It was brilliantly done.
Same first three notes as Over the Rainbow, interestingly enough.
Somewhere popular combination. Yes. Did you notice as well, like the second act? Although it takes place over a period of time, a lot of it's kind of night time, isn't it? So again, the backdrop had changed, and the island completely disappeared.
Yes, I'm just counting when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 songs in Act 1.
It's a load of songs.
And one, well, not really a dance, it's not a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs in Act 2.
See, I would like to come and see it again, I think, when they tour it round, just to see how it varies.
Will it go to the Hexagon in Reading, do you think?
No, it's playing larger venues.
The Wimbledon, do you think?
As I said, we can check out the tour details online, Nick.
Yes, we'll put all the information on our lovely website at MusicalTalk.
I don't know whether everybody. I don't know who's going on the tour or what scale the tour will be. It's certainly worth seeing. I mean, it's such a solid show.
I presume it'll be the same production we saw. I mean, they put Les Mis here and they managed to tour that quite successfully.
With the same size orchestra and cast.
Of course, that's what you do. You don't downsize a touring show.
I've seen a lot of Bill Kenwright shows.
He downsizes everything.
Have I been corrupted, Nicholas?
You'd put a show on in a cupboard if you could.
Oh, how very Edinburgh.
But I mean, it felt quite nice to see a very original and groundbreaking musical. Not nowadays, but you sort of sat there and thinking, we could have been in 1949 because there wasn't anything groundbreaking in the show at all.
I think it was exceptionally good at setting the period that the piece is set in. So again, we've not mentioned costumes at all, but the costumes have a really kind of authentic kind of look and feel to them, don't they?
Late 40s, no skin being revealed and things.
And again, the kind of the follies that open the second act, are a real joy. So the costumes, it's the Thanksgiving follies, and so some of the girls are dressed up as turkeys and to kind of make their fans.
That's what they were. Okay.
Yeah, they were Thanksgiving turkeys. And their fans are kind of made from old copies of Life magazine, which is I
noticed that.
Nice look.
I just wondered what I thought they were sort of.
And lovely kind of glossy 1940s hairdos. There's a lot of attention to detail. I mean, you can see where the money's gone. It's gone in having such a big cast, a big orchestra.
It's lovely lighting as well. I think the lighting was gorgeous.
Yeah, some very nice kind of
It's a
lighting
very evocative
effects.
production.
Mm.
I just sat there thinking, every Rodgers and Hammerstein song sounds like every other Rodgers and Hammerstein song. I heard strains of I Enjoy Being a Girl in there. I thought that could have easily been shoehorned into
Well, you know, I mean,
all credit to them. You know, they are a brilliant songwriting
well, it's a
team.
musical style, isn't it?
Yes,
So you're going
their
to
own musical style.
Well, yeah, and so you're going to find things. You're going to find things that are similar, because that's because they have style, Nick, and therefore they tend to do things in their own style. And that's why when we went to see kind of Musical of Musical, the musical. Have I done enough musicals?
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark, probably 3. They're easy to parody in that sense, because you can kind of come up with but and of course you can come up with something that sounds a bit like it, but it will not be as good as.
Be funnier, but it's not as good as.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for joining me for South Pacific at
Thank
the
you,
Barbican
Nicholas, for
Theatre.
taking me to South
all right.
Pacific.
Go to musicaltalk.co.uk for more dates and information about this production. This Musical Talk Mini, copyright 2011. Hello, Act 2 of Act 2 of South Pacific is over. It flew by, didn't it, Andrew?
Bleh. Start again.